Welcome back, moms. Today I want to chit chat for a little bit about our homeschool year. I want to do a kind of a homeschool check-in, if you will, a mid-year homeschool check-in. We are more than halfway through our homeschool year now. So I thought it was the right time to hop on and just share kind of how things are going in our homeschool. I want to touch on curriculum that we've picked, different homeschool items, curriculum-wise that are new to our homeschool this year and how it's going. I want to touch on that. We've also made some curriculum changes, which stay tuned for that because I'm not going to go crazy in depth in this video. I want to give it a little bit longer before I announce the change. I want to see how things are going and flowing with the homeschool curriculum change that we have made. If you are interested in that, be sure and click that red subscribe button so that you don't miss that when I post some of our curriculum changes. So the point of today's video is just a quick mid-year homeschool check-in, how things are going, what we are enjoying, what we've kind of accomplished so far this year, and so on. So one last thing I want to mention before we get into our homeschool check-in. Today's video is a collaboration with DINA over at Pursuing Peace and CHRISTIE from One Blessed Mess. These mamas have been friends from day one. The three of us started our channels right around the same time frame and have just bonded ever since. These women, I love these girls. They are my sisters. I love these ladies so much, and I know that you will too. I'm so grateful to get to do another collaboration with these two moms. They are both homeschooling moms sharing their journey here on YouTube as well. So I will link both channels in the description box down below. I know you will find so much homeschool encouragement as moms, right? In this journey that we're on. So be sure and check out their channels when you're all done here. We're all going to be doing our own spin on a mid-year homeschool check-in, mid-year homeschool update, stuff like that. So gonna do our own spin, but let's get into today's video here at Simply Living It. This past homeschool year has been absolutely amazing. There have been struggles, there have been goals and things that I had set for myself as a homeschool mom that I have not accomplished. One of those was completing the Christmas unit study from Gather Round. I had great plans for that. That was a fail. I didn't complete it. We got through lesson 7 and I dropped it. I don't know why. I have no reason, no explanation. We didn't finish it. History and typing were two things off the beginning of the year that if you've been around here for a while, you would know those were like my things for this year. And I totally flopped on that last year. So those were homeschool fails, if that's what we want to call them. Things that I was really excited and encouraged to dive into more in depth, which I hadn't at that point. So I just kind of took some time to reflect over this past homeschool year. And there are a lot of things that, you know, I can look at those things that I had as goals, things that I wanted to accomplish. And then I can look on the other side and the things that we actually did accomplish and the amazing things that have been done and learned and achieved in our homeschool year this last year. So I'm very much at peace with the way things are going this homeschool year. I really, truly feel such peace inside, like we are right where we are supposed to be. That peace, I don't ever want to let that go. It feels so good to just sit right here and know and be totally comfortable and totally confident in where we're at in our homeschool. That is an amazing feeling. Amazing. With that being said, that does not mean that there are not things that I want to accomplish that we haven't. That does not mean everything's perfect and wonderful and sunshine and roses and all the things. But I'm choosing to see the sunshine and the roses on the other side of the things that I haven't accomplished that maybe I wanted to. So here's a quick rundown of how all things are going. We switched to the Good and the Beautiful for language and math for my youngest. Math 2 from the Good and the Beautiful and language level 1 from the Good and the Beautiful. We will most likely not be continuing with the Good and the Beautiful math. That is just a sneaker. I'll update you all on that in the future, but he is breezing through math 2 quicker than I thought he would. So with the transition of what the Good and the Beautiful is doing as far as updating things and what we're needing in the meantime, I don't foresee us continuing with math from the Good and the Beautiful. When it comes to language for my second grader, I can't really say yet for sure what we're going to do next, but don't be surprised if we switch from the Good and the Beautiful back to something that I haven't used in years. Another sneaker for you. You guys know I love change. You know I'm always changing things up, and it's just how I process things. It's how I decide and sift through what I like and what I really want in our homeschool. And so first and second grade, I think, is a great time to do that. It's a great time to narrow down and fine tune what your kids are interested in, how they learn, what they like. I have children who very much don't want to do the games. They don't want to do the extras and the activities, and they don't want the fun, you know, bright, vibrant math stuff. They just want, like, give me the problems, let's do it. And so as we are going through, you know, this past homeschool year, I'm really learning and opening my eyes to that and seeing it in really a whole nother way where, okay, this is what you want, let's switch it up. This is what we're going to use. So all that being said, I can see some changes in the upcoming, the 2021-2022 homeschool year. I can see some changes coming curriculum-wise for sure. So I know some of you probably are not surprised. Some of you are probably like, this lady is crazy. How does she do this? Well, I just keep trucking with it, guys. Keep trucking with it. And I have come to accept it. I've come to accept this is me, and this is how I do it, and this is how I process. So it works great for us. We are also making some changes for my oldest for math. The changes have actually already happened. He was using teaching textbooks. I was provided through teaching textbooks the option to be a pilot family, so to speak, for the upgraded 4.0 version. And so we'd been using teaching textbooks anyway for the last 5 years with my oldest. And so we just continued that. Absolutely. We were honored to get to do that. And so things recently have changed with him and his desires and what he's wanting. Now, this is something he has spoken to me. So for once, it's not been my say, my go. It's something he has verbalized to me. So I am listening. So we have some changes coming for math, which I'll share. Again, all this will be in an updated curriculum changes video here in the near future. But for today, I just want to let you know there are changes we've made. I want to talk about our schedule, how things are going in that realm as well. So click that red subscribe button so you don't miss those curriculum updates when they come. One thing that we introduced to our homeschool this year was Fix It Grammar. That's going to stay. I don't foresee Fix It Grammar going anywhere. I love Fix It Grammar. We're currently working through the nose tree. That's what we've been working on this past homeschool year. So as we complete the nose tree, we will move into the next book with Fix It Grammar. And I do that with my two oldest boys, so my 7th and my 5th grader. It literally takes 5 minutes tops. It's something we do as soon as we finish up with a gather round unit study. All individual subjects are done first in our home, and then group subjects. We don't do everything all in the same day, none of that. So a lot of you asked after my recent video where I shared the Good and the Beautiful and Master Books language and kind of compared the two and how I use both of them. A lot of you have asked for a video sharing what my day looks like because it's mind-boggling how we fit in what we fit in. And so I'm more than happy to bring that to you. So that's something I'm going to be working on in the next couple weeks to share with you as well. So a lot of fun things are coming your way. So stay tuned for those. I'm excited to bring them to you. As far as this year, this was our really first year without homeschool co-op. It has been amazing, but I would be lying if I said my heart wasn't kind of longing for that for my oldest, because he's going to be in the 8th grade coming up. And so the labs and the awesome things that they do in co-op are so wonderful. So that's something that I'm kind of working through and praying about, seeing what that's going to look like in our life in the coming year. That's nothing we're making changes to right now in this current semester, but maybe in the fall, we'll see. We'll see. I needed a break very much, so we'll see kind of how I feel going into the fall and honestly what everything looks like, because if it's chaos like it is now, I will not be going back to co-op. So we'll just see how things look. But that's something that's been on my heart and my mind this last semester as well. I've so loved the break. But there are things that I definitely miss about co-op. Science, definitely in-depth science is kind of one of them, because we don't do really anything crazy. We don't do anything really crazy in-depth here in our home as far as science goes. So that's one thing that I have been thinking about and contemplating over the last few weeks as well. So just a quick recap in this chatty homeschool check-in video, for lack of a better word. I am really happy with where we're at right now. I am very comfortable and very confident in our decision to homeschool, very confident in my choices that I've made for our children. I feel so at peace with the idea of flip-flopping. I feel so at peace with the idea of mixing and mashing, and it's just something that really was brought to my attention through my last video, where a lot of you were like, how do you mix and match? Like, how do you do that? And I remember being there. I remember being in that position where it was one book and it was front to back and I had to complete the book and it was all of the things. I remember that mentality. And so through even your comments that you leave in the description box, it helps me also process where I'm at and where we've come. I have been homeschooling our 3 boys for 8.5 years now, and it has been a constant journey. If you've been here for a while, you know that. The roller coaster, the ups and downs, the good and bad, and I'm taking in this beautiful season that we are in right now with so much peace and rest and appreciation for where we are compared to where we've been. I know things don't last forever, but I'm just clinging to where we're at right now and that peace that we feel. I'm totally comfortable, like I said, and confident with that feeling in me when it's time to change something, changing it, with the relaxed side of me, because I know there are so many homeschool moms and we all do it so different, and it's beautiful and it's supposed to be that way, and it's okay. So for me to be comfortable and confident in the choices that I'm making in our homeschool, and that truly not questioning myself, not doubting myself with homeschool curriculum, listening to what I'm hearing from my kids, listening to what they are expressing and what my gut is telling me we need to do, listening to that and following. That's something in the past I would doubt, I would second guess, but just as a homeschool mom, I really truly cannot explain it more than just complete peace, like an overwhelming peace over my body and my heart and my mind. Because I'm an analyzer, I'm a doubter, I'm a questioner, I'm all the things. And I would analyze curriculum and doubt curriculum choices and doubt where I'm at. And so much of that this year I can truly sit and say, I have complete peace with our choices. I am completely comfortable with the fact that I reverse record keep. I'm completely comfortable sitting right here saying, yeah, we're changing our curriculum up again. Shocker. Like, I'm completely comfortable and okay with that, because it's what we need in our home. It's what my children need. Each individually, they all have their own gifts and talents and skills and styles for learning. I want to encourage that. And I want them to know too that it's okay to change things. It doesn't have to stay the same. It doesn't always have to be one way. It's not this way or no way. It can be like this. It can be every different direction and way, and that's beautiful. So that is where I'm at right now as a homeschool mom, just mentally, spiritually, emotionally, in my heart. I feel so good and at so much peace with where we're at. I don't want to say this lightly or loosely, because I know we're all in different places and a lot of you are struggling in many different ways this year. And if I can just say, hold on. Hold on, because it will get better. It's not going to always be this way. It's not always going to be this hard. It's not always going to be this big of a struggle. You will have struggles, but you will have good days too. You'll have hard days where you feel like giving up and there's tears and just this, but it will get better. There are good days too. So take today as it is, work through it, put the books away if you need to put the books away, get the books out if you need to get the books out, sit and read with your kids through part of their homeschool curriculum, cross off some problems. If they're doing 20 math problems and they're all the same thing, cross some of them off, move on to the next lesson. Let's loosen up the reins a little bit in that mentality where we have to complete every single problem, the pressure to complete every math problem, the pressure to complete every problem on the page, the pressure to complete everything. Let's loosen up the reins just a little bit in the areas that we can. And I believe you will feel so much freedom and so much peace. And maybe some of this will fizzle out too, because that pressure and that overwhelmed feeling that we feel inside for our kids to do all of it, if they've got a certain thing mastered, say multiplying and carrying, they don't need to do 10 problems of multiplication and carrying each day in every single lesson, have them do 3 of them. If they get them down, sweet, move on to the next topic, move on to the next problem. There's no need to just constantly repeat every single and just drill and drill and drill and drill and drill until our kids are done. I don't know. That's something I've really been working on over the last few years, and finally, I just feel at peace in that. This homeschool check-in is not only curriculum related, but just where I'm at too as a homeschool mom in my heart, where I'm at currently, which is complete peace. And so, like I've talked about before on my channel, I encourage you to take inventory where you're at in your home, in your homeschool. I'll link that video down below where I talk about inventory in your homeschool and in even relationships, truly. But I think it's so important. What's working, what's not working, what's going well, what needs changed, where are you distracted in what areas can you work harder? Those are just some of the things that I have been working on over here behind the scenes, right? There's truly so much that you guys do not get to see. And so I try to be open and honest and as transparent as I can because it's important to me. It matters to me. We are not only homeschool moms, right? We are women. We are wives. We are mothers. We are sisters. We're daughters. We're friends. We are so many things. There's so much more to me than just a homeschool mom that you see here on YouTube. There's so much more to you than just a homeschool mom. And so it's important that we take care of ourselves, that we take care of ourselves mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. And that's something I've been clinging to as well because it's so incredibly important. We can't pour into all these different avenues and areas that we are needing to pour into if we are completely broken and empty. We've got nothing to pour when we're empty. So that's something that I can say, I feel truly that's part of why our homeschool year is going so smoothly and peacefully because of where I am at. I am in a different state. I am in a different mental state, physically, again, spiritually, mentally, emotionally, all of the things. I'm in a very different place, and I know that is reflected in our homeschool. I know it's reflected in my relaxed state, I guess. Being okay with where I'm at, being okay with where we're at, not comparing to other YouTube moms or other homeschool moms or the way other homeschool moms do things. If you're a type A planner, have it all lined out every day, and then there's me, you know, we're night and day different, and that's okay, and it's beautiful. We don't have to fit into a box or into someone else's box. We were never meant to. So no matter what end of the spectrum you fall on with that, it's beautiful. Your journey is beautiful, and it's just the way it's supposed to be. So that's just kind of what I have. That really is not related. I guess it is homeschool related. It's totally homeschool and motherhood related, because if I am empty and broken, I have nothing to pour anywhere in anything, including my homeschool. So take some inventory, mama, for you as a woman, as an individual. Take some inventory in your marriage, motherhood. Where are you at? Mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally. All the things. Where are you at? And let's work on that first, right? Let's work on filling you up so that you can pour into all the other avenues. So a quick recap, if you're still here with me. I'm long-winded. I love to talk. I've got a lot to say. Our homeschool year has been wonderful. It has been great. It doesn't mean it's been easy. It doesn't mean it's been stress-free. It doesn't mean any of those things. So please don't take that for a single moment as what I'm saying when I'm saying our homeschool year has been great. It really has. My oldest is pretty much independent. He does most of his math and most of his language independently, and then he joins us for group subjects. My middle child and my youngest still need me quite a bit, and so while my oldest is doing his independent work, I'm usually working with my younger too. So we're just in a different season. I don't have littles anymore. We're in a totally different season of homeschooling that we've never been in, and it's been a beautiful one, and I'm so thankful for it. I'm so grateful for where we're at right now. I'm thankful and grateful for where we've come, where we've been. I'm glad I'm not there anymore. In many ways, I love where we're at right now. So let that be an encouragement to you too. You know, the quote, the days are long, but the years are short. It's so true. It's so true. So true. But I'm going to go ahead and end this video right here for you today. Thank you for being here for our mid-year homeschool check-in. Appreciate so much all of your continued support here on our channel at Simply Living It. I would love it if you would share our channel with your friends on social media, all the different platforms. I appreciate it so much. I know there are a lot of homeschool moms out there who would love to have a community and a group of moms to uplift and encourage. So click that red subscribe button so you don't miss our future content. Like I said, I've got some fun things coming for you guys very much, as well as another awesome collab on Thursday that I'm super, super stoked about. So anyway, I'm gonna link DINA and CHRISTIE's channels both in the description box down below. I would love it and so appreciate if you'd go check them out when you're finished up here. And I will see you all in our next video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you appreciate this content. It really helps my channel out more than you even realize. I'll see you in our next video. Bye.